The war in Gaza loomed large over this year's gathering of the World Economic Forum, but at times it seemed like the issue very few wanted to talk about. Among those who did, Israel's President Isaac Herzog, himself named in the genocide case currently before the International Court of Justice in The Hague. You might think he'd be in damage limitation mode. Perhaps not when you hear this comment about the people of Gaza.
And in every house you find terror equipment. You pull up in a bedroom, you pull up the bed, you find a missile.
Others were very careful with their words, particularly those who still oppose an immediate ceasefire.
There's a profound opportunity for regionalization in the Middle East, in the greater Middle East, that we have not had before. The challenge is realizing it.
We want this conflict to end as soon as possible. We don't want it to go on for a moment longer than necessary.
More than a decade ago, the World Economic Forum set up a youth group called the Global Shapers, which now operates in over 150 countries. They are raising the alarm about Gaza, and their New York delegate told me she was shocked by the way the conflict was addressed this week.
I still expected that given the events of the last 100 days, we would see more of a humanitarian discussion. Two, that the word Gaza would be brought up more, and I don't think it quite has. And three, I thought that there would be more Palestinian voices to balance out the voices that we're hearing from Israel.
A year ago here in Davos, world leaders were queuing up to talk very forcefully about the war in Ukraine. Now it seems different when the global headlines are on the bombardment by Israel of Gaza. There are those countries that are calling for an immediate ceasefire, but they're not saying that much here, perhaps because they don't want to upset the Americans. And then there are those that say Israel still has the right to self-defense. Again, their comments are limited at a time when Israel is facing a case in the International Court of Justice under the Genocide Convention. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Davos.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.